Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the New Orleans Saints. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Let's put that team on our butt. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Zip. Go get him. Go get him. Lock it. 59, Mike. Check. 59. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the cheetah.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 52 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there.
Safety's creeping. Check 52. Watch twitch.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. They're going to look to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Now they'll run it on the toss. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
When you enter the game as the AFC Player of the Week award winner, you expect runs like that and then some.
It was fun to watch him in the opener last week in Week 1. He was spectacular and hoping for more here in Week 2. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Under 10. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. SOS.
They'll run on 1st down. Jones. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field. Ready, go.
2nd down and inches. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Mike 56. Mike 56. Focus, defense, focus. 56. Mike. Ready.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain here down to the 22. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
61, matchbox right. Ready?
From the gun, Lawrence. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
scrimmage.
6-0 our score after one.
With the score, Saints 6, Jets nothing.
The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what did they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how did they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. A first throw for the backup, Wilson. And he's only able to get it up to about the 2-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
Gun. 14, got it.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And an utter disaster as the ball's going to go over on downs at the 2-yard line. And a failure on fourth down on the other side leads immediately to a first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point attempt here still to come. And he's got it to make it now 13-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch left. Watch left. Watch left.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career. And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Let's go double count right here, double count.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. They'll let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that play was what every defense is wary of. The big strike attempted downfield, but they were in excellent position. They didn't get fooled, and while he didn't come up with the interception, was able to bat the ball down.
They'll drop to throw. Completes this to Waring. 10 yards, good for his Saints first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
As they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Pretty quiet, D. Pretty quiet. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Let's get the ball. Ready, go.
Now back to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there and sudden.
And he'll go down in the end zone. Down goes Wilson. It's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Ooh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and they're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. After the run by Jones, here's first and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. A good passing down here. They send 3 receivers to the right of the formation on second down.
At the Jets' 43-yard line.
Mike, check.
They'll look to throw here. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing hunt.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down after a pickup pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now it's Wilson, and he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Wilson dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Well, the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Now it's Wilson being chased down left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. On first down, Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And an alley to run. Past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. James Washington was the intended target from the 34 now. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Throwing again. Forced out to his left. Complete to Washington. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaking up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On 3rd down, Wilson. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help them a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Buying time to his left. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Ross getting this into the hands of Turner. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Mike 28. Mike 28. I'm not ready. Mike 28. Hey, watch the slant.
They're going to try and throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
At the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
All day, every day, any day.
Off the play fake. Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Operating from the gun. Lawrence. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And it appears the offense is going to try this again. They've yet to convert the first 3 times on 4th down, but they're going once more.
6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. Mike 28. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Hey, number 28. Let's go.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And We've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Check 37. Kill. Sam. On. Kill.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Going right side here, and that's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Saints on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Slam.
Go.
He may try and run for this. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. How about that? Their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. The extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 2nd and 9 now. That'll be caught by Rice.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Ross throwing on 4th down. Now he'll let it go deep left sideline. And got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now Ross on 1st down.
I got you, boy.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To throw on 2nd down, Ross. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
So on 4th down, Adam Gase turns to the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have 1 right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And a give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
And it's 3rd down.
Set. 18 Gator.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Off the bootleg. Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Brewer. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long. 2nd and 15. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Brewer. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And he fires one incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Looking to throw. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abukum in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.